Okay, Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations you I came out there that push this world in truth and in sincerity. Never sit down, never lesson, more edification going out, man. Through the mercy and the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. So without further ado, we're gonna get to these scriptures, man, because hey, we're in the time, we are hastening of the coming of our Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, and we're in the time of prophecy, man. Prophecies are coming to pass, man. We see more chariots, popping up in different parts of the earth. The latest chariot event that I saw was them, surrounding a U.S. warship. And then not only that, you had the chariots that was gliding over Israel where them gutter rats dwell, man. So we're in the time of prophecy, so we're going to get into prophecy. So without further ado, let's get into these prophecies. Papa Kushab.
Alright, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. It says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
And that's what we do, man. We speak into the ears. Those who have a spiritual ear will hear. But those whose ears is shut, which is part of the 2/3, they're not going to hear none of these prophecies, man. But we speak in the words of prophecy. We speak in the ears of words of prophecy to those that can receive it. Yeah, bro.
It says, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord.
Which the Most High put in our mouth. These are not our words. For the Lord coming in the volume of the book is written of him, Yahweh Shah. So we are speaking the words of Yahweh Shah, man. We speaking the words of Yahweh Shah, which is written in the book for our learning. Yeah, bro.
It says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
And cause these words to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. They're not Ezra's and the men, I think it was 40 men that was with him. Day and night while Ezra was speaking, they were just writing down everything, man. Why? Because these words are faithful and true, inspired by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, man. The spirit of the Yahweh, while Yahweh Shah was on the men to write them things down, man. For our learning, for our understanding, for our edification, those as a part of the elect, the hopeful elect, man. The first fruits. Yeah, bro.
It says, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee.
Fear not the imaginations against thee. Because you got and let not the incredulity of those that read that again, Baba Kashan?
It says, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Because you got a lot of even men that's a part of the state of ours, man. They will speak against the men that's teaching the right thing, man. Then you got the 2/3. The incredulity means unbelief, man. Because you got 2/3. They don't believe in this thing of ours, man. They don't believe. See, they got stuck in their mind. Cesare bullshit, man. They got stuck in their mind. Edomite as being their savior, and that's why when they come to the camp, they ask, "Where's the white man on the plaque?" Because they got that Stockholm syndrome. Whereas they love their oppressor, man. And they want their oppressors to make it right along with them. If their oppressors don't make it, they don't want to make it. So you got the incredulity, the unbelief of those that will trouble us because we speaking the truth and we speaking that Esau, the so-called white man, is going into slavery and they don't want to hear that, man. Talking about the 2/3.
Precept for you?
Come.
This is Romans 3:3. For what if some did not believe?
Hey, what if some did not believe? Talking about the 2/3, man. Hey, man, the hell with them, man. Read, bro.
Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect?
Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without, you know what I'm saying? Read it again, Baba Kashan.
It says, shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect?
Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without their elect? Hell no, man. It's not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen. Why? Because, hey, this is for the elect and the first fruits. And those that's slated to make it is going to make it. And those that's slated to be destroyed is going to be destroyed. Man, it's the unbelief of all those characters all those unfaithful bastards that do not believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, but when they pray to a white man. They're going to die in their unbelief, man, and their unfaithfulness, yeah, bro.
Verse 4, for it says, Most High forbid, yea.
For the Most High forbid, man. That's not going to happen, man. Yeah, read.
Right. It says, Most High forbid, yea. Let the Most High be true, but every man a liar.
Let the Lord Yahweh, while Yahweh shall be true, and every man a liar, man. Because it's impossible for the Most High Yahweh to lie, man. His words are faithful and true, man. Spoken in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, man. Around the 2nd or 3rd verse, man. The Most High words are faithful and true. Yeah, bro.
As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings.
Hey, man, we are justified in all the things that we are saying, man. We telling you, America's going to be destroyed. The so-called white man is going into slavery. The 2/3 you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, y'all going to be destroyed. But you're going to come back in your right state of mind through the men that make it the first fruits of the sons of Israel. We telling you these things, man. We telling you, don't take that jab. Don't take the Alpha-D microchip. Everything is leading up to the Alpha-D microchip, man. Now they got face recognition. I'm saying in New York City, man. This shit is crazy. Face recognition, man. Now these phones, certain phones, they scan your face in order for you to log into your phone. Yeah, bro.
When you open that, when you give an app permission, you know, they always say permission to go into this, go into that. It actually scans whatever you can see in the entire room. You know, I've seen a video on that. You know, and earlier you mentioned the men with Ezra. It was 5 of them that was with Ezra to describe everything down. I had found it too, because I was wondering about that too, because I had found it. But yeah, that was more on that, bro. I'm finished this right here. It says that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged.
And we're gonna be justified in our sayings, man. And a lot of you tutorials will be overcome when you're judged, you know what I'm saying? 2nd Ezra 5 and 1, man. Somebody get that real quick, Bible Kashab.
2nd Ezra chapter 5, verse 1. It says, nevertheless, concerning the token, behold.
Tokens mean signs. The tokens mean signs, man. Behold, read.
The days shall come, that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number.
That they that dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number. The 2/3 of you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans are going to be taken in a great number, right along with Esau and the rest of the nations that's dwelling in America, man. They're going to be taken in a great number. Why? Because they're going to take that stabbing jab, man. And ultimately, it's going to lead up to the Alpha-D microchip, man. That's how you're going to be taken in the great number. Read, brother, Bible Kashab.
It says, and the way of truth shall be hidden.
And the way of truth shall be hidden. We telling you what's coming down the pipe, man. We telling you the truth, man. But y'all disregard the truth and inherit and embrace lies. Because why Esau, the so-called white man, is pushing them lies out there through his media, his social media, which is nothing but witchcraft, man. And you're consuming that and engulfing it and taking it down, man. And that's gonna be a destruction, yeah, bro.
And the land shall be barren of faith.
And the land of America shall be barren of faith, man. That's why you got the feminist movement. You have homosexuality running rampant. You have lesbianism. You have transgenderism. You have all kind of manner of wickedness running rampant. Adultery in the land of America, man. Because the land of America is barren of faith. Yeah, bro.
It says, but iniquity shall be increased above that which thou slackest. But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest.
But iniquity,
it said, or that thou hast heard long ago.
But iniquity which is sin upon sin shall be increased. Now let's mention certain things. Lesbianism, transgenderism, women usurping authority over men, gang banging, adultery, drug dealing. If you a drug dealer, you remember the modern day witch, man. And a witch should be put to death, man, according to the scriptures, man. So read. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. So that's why these drug dealers be getting put to death, man, left and right, man. Again, bro.
It says, "In the land that thou seest now to have root, shall thou see wasted away suddenly."
Hey, in the land, which is America, that thou shalt see, they have root establishments, a society shall be wasted suddenly, man. Then at the Most High speak of the waste is destroyed in Isaiah the 54th chapter. The Most High created the waste to destroy. This land gonna be wasted suddenly by thermonuclear destruction. You understand? These are not our words. These are the words of Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shah, man. Okay, bro.
Precept.
Bring it up.
Isaiah 14:24. The Lord of hosts hath sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass.
Hey, the Lord said, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah said, surely as I thought, so shall it come to pass, man. Every prophecy that's written, some prophecies came to pass, some prophecies in the Old Testament are still waiting to come to pass, man. But guess what? They all gonna come to pass, man.
There's some prophecies that's not gonna come to pass till we in the kingdom.
Exactly, man.
You know?
Read it again, Bible Kushan.
Right. Isaiah 14:24. The Lord of hosts hath sworn, saying,
The Lord of hosts, the Lord of armies, have sworn, saying, read.
surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass.
Surely as he have thought, so shall it come to pass. So all these prophecies, man, that's laid up from the Old Testament that has not yet come to pass, even prophecies that has came to pass, hey, the Most High told us of it, and it came to pass, man. So now we got future prophecies in the Old Testament that has not come to pass. Certain prophecies come to mind. Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, the 14th verse, or the 39th chapter, the 14th verse. The Most High going to sever out continuing employment. I think it's the 38th chapter. The Most High going to sever out continuing employment, or it'll be the 39th chapter, 39 and 14. The Lord's going to sever out continuing employment, man, if I'm not mistaken, man. And guess what? That's a future prophecy. Esau, the so-called white man, started with the international bankers from the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Gators. They're going to be the first fruits of slaves, man. That's a prophecy that has not yet come to pass, man. And that's in the Old Testament.
I got it. Ezekiel 39:14.
39 and 14, yeah.
But they shall sever out men of continual employment.
And they shall sever out men of continuing employment, man. Who's the men? The international bankers, man. Pursuant to Isaiah the 54th chapter, Isaiah the 21st chapter, the 24th chapter, the 19th verse, man. On down, man. Where the earth is going to reel to and fro like a drunk, and we ain't got to get it. The earth is going to reel to and fro like a drunk in Isaiah 24th chapter, the 19th verse, man. That links right up with Ezekiel, the 39th chapter, the 14th verse. Because when you go down, it tell you the Most High is going to punish the host of the Howard's that are on high. And then when you go to Ezekiel, the 39th chapter, the 14th verse, it's telling you the Lord's going to sever out continuing employment, man.
Precept. It's Isaiah 49:23. And the king shall be thy nursing fathers, and the queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their faces towards the earth.
That's about all these kings of the earth, man. The Moabites, the Ammonites, the Hamites, Issachar. I'm saying not Issachar. I'm slack here. The Moabites, the Hamites, the Edomites. First and foremost, the Edomites, the Hamites, the Moabites. Then you got the Ammonites. You have all these different nations that's gonna bow down, man, and serve us in the kingdom. Why? Because for 1,000 years, you're gonna be under the servitude of the sons of Israel, with Yahweh Shah being the top man. Then King David, then the rest of the sons of Israel. But bottom line, Esau and the rest of the nations are going to be subservient to Israel for 1,000 years. And after 1,000 years, the Most High is going to turn back all these nations' captivity. But Esau, the so-called white man, is going to be destroyed, burnt with fire. The biggest bonfire. Esau like making bonfires, right? But guess what? You are going to be the biggest bonfire ever created, man. And you're going to be burnt up in fire and destroyed. Read.
And this is another future prophecy that's in the Old Testament that's going to happen in the kingdom of heaven, like I mentioned earlier. It says, they shall bow down to thee with their faces towards the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me.
Hey man, all these nations going to serve us, man. And those that's not going to be ashamed that wait for the Most High are the elect, the first fruits, the aristocrats, those that's fit to rule, man. But those that are going to bow down to the aristocrats, those that's the first fruits of the sons of Israel, being joint heirs with Yahushua, is the top international bankers, man. They're going to bow down, man. They're going to bow down and serve us, man. Yeah, bro.
That was in
You got this of Ezekiel 39:14? Right, it says, and they shall serve out men of continual employment.
And they shall serve out men of continual employment, starting with the Rothschilds, the international bankers, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Vanderbilts, the Gettys, the Oppenheimers. They are going to be the first fruits of slaves, man. Just to name a few. Yeah, bro.
It says, passing through the land to bury with the passengers those that remain upon the face of the earth.
Hey, man, because like it says in Jeremiah 65:15, or is it 66 and 15?
Where you go?
60, the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Isaiah 66:15.
Isaiah 66:15, man.
16.
The slain of the Lord shall be many, man. Jeremiah 25 verse 32 and 33. The slain of the Lord shall be from one end of the earth to the next, man. So you have a lot of dead bodies laid out, man, in the land, man. And guess what? The international bankers, that's gonna be their job, that's gonna be their task. You can have some out there marking where the dead bodies are at, and then you can have some digging the graves, man, and burying the dead, man.
Research.
Read.
I got another job for them. It's Isaiah 60 verse 11. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles.
And that's going into men should serve out continuing employment, man. Ezekiel 39 chapter, the 14th verse, man. That links perfectly with that, man. Read it again, Bible Kashar.
It says, therefore thy gates shall be open continually.
Thy gates shall be open continually, receiving all the riches of all the different nations, man, coming and bringing all the riches to us, man. The Israelites, man. Yahushua being the top Israelite, man. Because after all, Yahushua has been given, Yahweh gave Yahushua the kingdom. And we are joint heirs with Yahushua, saying all the riches of the earth, all the riches of all these different nations, man, they're going to bring it to us, man. That's why they're going to serve our continuing employment, man. The gates going to be open 24 hours, man. Bring them riches in, man. Before I smack the shit out you. Yeah, bro.
It says, therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles.
That men shall bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, all the riches of these different nations, man. And you better not try to hold nothing back, man. Because we're going to know through the spirit, we're going to fuck you up. You try to hold something back. You try to hold something back, what? Didn't I tell you to bring everything? You bitch and pow. So, they're going to bring in their forces everything, man. Everything from the least up to the greatest, man. Their women, everything, man. Yeah, bro.
It says, and their kings shall slacken, and that their kings may be brought.
And that their kings may be brought, man. Everything that they have, they're going to lay it at our feet, man.
It says, for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
That's why we're going to beat the shit out of them, man. Because you're going to have a lot of these. And you know what? When we first come back into power, man, when New Jerusalem come out of the heavens, you know what I'm saying? We come to reclaim the earth, slack as to the eighth. Reclaim the earth. You're going to have these different nations, they're going to try to buck up, man. We're going to beat the shit out of them. We're going to beat the holy shit out of them. We're going to fuck them up, man. And put them in subjection, man. And then they're going to learn. When they experience that spiritual power, they're going to learn. Damn, shit.
Hey, and that also goes into, I was reading Exodus when we was coming out of Egypt, and the Lord kept on hardening Pharaoh's heart. The Most High is very dramatic like that, man. What kind of excitement would that be if Pharaoh just said, okay, go? You know what I'm saying? The Most High, he got to make a scene, man. Good. So it's going to be way more fun in the kingdom for these nations to buck up. Everybody just in subject. You know what I'm saying? They just start following the laws. They ain't going to be no reason to beat them up. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord is going to harden a lot of these people, just like it says in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. He's going to harden their heart, man, for them to fight, man, for them to fight back. And that's going to make it even more exciting for us, man.
Because if they just give up, they become tributary. But now they fight and we conquer them. Now we can slave them. Yeah. Now we can enslave them. But if they just give up, oh, you got it. I don't want no beef.
I mean, after a while, of course, they're going to...
Yeah, but I'm saying, but in the beginning, when Yahweh Shah's conquering, they're going to fight. Like it says in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. The Most High going to put that spirit on these Edomites to fight. And the rest of these nations to fight. That's why Yahweh Shah, when he come back, he's going to conquer. That's why he got many crowns in his head. He's going to conquer all these nations. But if they just give up without a fight, now they're tributary. The Lord don't want that. The Lord going to put the spirit on them to fight. Pursuant to 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter on down, man. The first verse on down, man. And now, when they fight, they're going to be conquered. They're going to get fucked up. Now, they put under rule, under subjection, man. Now,
the law. The law concerning war?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, it's the law.
So now, that's the law. If a country give up, or a nation give up, they become tributary. They keep their land, they keep their laws, they just got to pay you tribute. But if they fight, and you whoop their ass, man, now you conquer, you kill everybody, man. Destroy their land, destroy everything, man. And that's what Yahweh Shah is going to do. That's why it says in Isaiah, the 63rd chapter, who was that? Who was him come from Bosworth, dyed garments in Bosworth?
Who's coming from Bosworth, dyed garments?
That's because the Most High is going to, Yahweh Shah is going to whip their ass, man. Destroy them, man. Who was this that come from, who was this with dyed garments that come from Bosworth, roughly paraphrasing that scripture, man?
Isaiah 63:1. Who is that coming from, who is this that coming from Edom with dyed garments from Bosworth?
Who is this? That's Yahweh Shah coming from Edom with dyed garments from Bosworth, man. Because Bosworth is a major city that Esau dwelt in, and you could equate America with the modern day Bosworth, man. Who's controlling all of Europe and America? Edom, Esau, the so-called white man. Yeah, bro.
It says that is glorious in his apparel, traveling with the greatness of his strength.
That is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. The greatness of his strength when he's traveling is all them chariots, man. All you gotta do is read 2nd Ezra 13th chapter, the first verse on down. It's gonna explain explicitly how Yahweh Shah travels, man. Yeah, bro.
It says that I that speak in righteousness mighty to save.
Hey, the Lord speaking righteousness, man. Look at the book. They written. The book is written. The writing book is written of him, man. He's speaking righteousness, mighty to save. Save who? The elect, man. The first fruits, man. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, quick precept, real quick. This is it's Isaiah chapter 47, verse 3. Read this thing open up. 1 second, bro.
Come on. But basically, bottom line, America is gonna be destroyed, man. And there's no way around that, man.
I got it.
Yeah, bro.
It says, thy nakedness, Isaiah 47, verse 3, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
What's the nakedness of Esau, man? The so-called white man. His New World Order. His feminist agenda. The homosexuality agenda, man. Everything that he has put out there to entrap Jake, to disrupt the true nature of reality, is being discovered, man. Read it again, Baba Kashan.
It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
And that's a part of your nakedness, man. Your New World Order agenda, your feminist movement, your homosexual agenda, feeding Jake with all kind of bullshit, with out there gang banging, committing all kind of wickedness, do the social media, do the rap industry, do Hollywood, man. That's your nakedness being uncovered, man, because you got certain Edomites where their tongue is falling upon themselves and they're telling the straight skinny of what's going down, man, what's coming down the pipe. So what we doing is, we telling you, man, do the scriptures what's coming down the pipe, man. Yeah, bro.
It says, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance. I will not meet thee as a man.
Yeah, their shame shall be seen. The shame of what? Slavery. The shame of this feminist movement. What you doing throughout the four corners of the earth? You are being exposed, man. You Esau, the so-called white man, you are being exposed, man. What you doing all throughout the four corners of the earth is mainly in America, your slavery. You know, how you broke up the family, how you stole the land from the Gadites and the Reubenites and the Issacharites, man. Your shame is being seen, man. It's being brought forth, man. Your nakedness have been uncovered, man. You have been exposed, devil. Yeah, bro.
It says, I will take vengeance. I will not meet thee as a man.
And the Lord's going to take vengeance, man. For all the whack bullshit you have done unto the sons of Israel, starting with Judah on down to Issachar, man, the Lord's going to take vengeance. And guess what, man? He's not going to meet thee as a man. He's going to come back in that angelic force. He's going to bust your ass, man. He's going to fuck you up, man. Excuse my Swahili, like the Apostle Arama always say, man. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that was it.
Basically, man, your time is up. Your empire is circling in the drain.
It says, read the commentary. It says, and I will not meet thee as a man. It says, in humane way. Let me get to the point. It says, not with human strength, which is but weakness, but with the strength of the mighty power.
Spiritual power.
And and it's said of mystical Babylon. Yeah.
And mystical Babylon is talking about America, man. Because America is the daughter of Babylon, man. Because ancient Babylon was not destroyed by fire. Ancient Babylon became a province of the Medo-Persian Empire, man. Without a fight. Ancient Babylon became a province of the Medo-Persian Empire. Let's get that fact straight right there, man. So who is this daughter of Babylon, man? You see, because the ancient Babylon, even going into the ancient Babylonian money magic system, which they system, the economic system of the Babylonians, the American government, Esau, have adapted that, man. That's why they create money out of thin air. The ancient money Babylonian system, look that up. The ancient money Babylonian system, look that up, man. It's interesting.
Precept.
Come.
Revelation 18 and 8. It says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day.
Therefore shall her plagues come in one day. And the ultimate plague is going to come is thermonuclear destruction. But before that, before thermonuclear destruction, you're going to have famine, race wars, race riots. You're going to have pestilence. And we see all that coming to pass right now, man. You're going to have sedition among men. All these things leading up to the Alpha D microchip, man, because what they're going to do is, with the sedition among men, the race wars, this pestilence, and starting with the stab and jab, what they're going to do is, they're going to bring forth their new system. And that's going to be the end of Esau's system. Yeah, bro.
Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death, mourning, and famine.
Therefore shall our plagues come in one day. Death, mourning, and famine. You see hyperinflation with look at the food prices, man. Everything is skyrocketing. Everything, man. Hey, man, for a rack of lamb in Aldi's at one point in time, you can grab that bitch for like $7 or $8. Now, guess what? For a rack of lamb, they want $17 for one rack of lamb, and it's small. So what you gonna do? Then you got other meats there that you can see the prices has risen, and that's Aldi's. So imagine Fairway, Fine Fare, Key Food, C-Town, all these other different supermarkets, man.
Even that, bro, you gotta think beyond that. What's happening, you know, they had the farmers euthanize their livestock, man.
Okay.
So it's gonna get to the point where the supermarkets ain't gonna be able to buy nothing. They cause all the farmers, and now, you know, you got all these other states stockpiling on food, man.
Yep.
So it's gonna go back, you know, when you read about the famine in Egypt, man. You know, it's gonna go just like that. How everybody had to come down to Egypt for bread, man.
That's right.
You know, all the tribes had to come. You know, all the nations had to come. Hell, the Egyptians had to give up. They were giving up their land just to get wheat, man. So what do you think is gonna happen here in America, man? Right now, it sounds like, you know, it's just talk. It's all talk. Famine this, famine that, rumor. But that day is gonna come, man, where that shit gonna smack you by surprise, man.
And that's why they're gonna catch them off guard, because what they saying is that's all fear mongering. But they're not watching, because Jake don't understand inflation, hyperinflation. They don't understand the money system, how it rolls, man. This shit is bad, man. Look what's going on with the dollar, bro. These nations are dumping the dollar and going with their own currency. Just like during the time of the Bretton Woods meetings, when before that, prior to World War II, the British pound was the world reserve currency. You see how Esau bounced around and try to use different nations as they money, the cash app. First, Great Britain was the cash app. Then during the time of the Bretton Woods meeting, acting like 54 or 47, 48, somewhere around there, the Bretton Woods meetings, where they made the United States the world reserve currency, because Europe was war torn. Great Britain, Germany, France, they was war torn from the results of World War II. So they industrialized America. That's how America became great, man. After World War II. But now, going to 1970, after 1969, the height of America's empire was the 60s. It was the 50s, and then the 60s was their decline, man. Once they reached the stars of heaven, prophesied in the book of Obadiah. Get it, bro.
Yeah, more brother? Yeah, this is a little more.
It says, Revelation 18:8, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death, mourning, and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire.
And the ultimate plague is thermonuclear destruction, man. But death, famine, and plagues are coming, man. Them plagues are these different lab-created diseases that Esau is pushing. And that famine is coming by the way of Yahweh Shah, plaguing this land. Egypt shall mourn. And for that stuff should be smitten by the plagues that the Most High is going to bring upon them, man. Yeah, bro. Egypt being America, spiritually America.
It says, for strong is the Lord who judgeth her.
For strong is the Lord Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shah, that judge of her, which is America, man. Babylon, America, the daughter of Babylon, Basra. You know? Yeah, bro, you wanna...
Oh, sure, you mentioned plagues. This is 2 Ezra 16:8. It says, the mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away?
The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, death, the sword, famine, ultimately, thermonuclear destruction. Who could drive them away? No one. But these plagues are coming from the Lord, man. And these plagues is going to cling unto Esau, the so-called white man, and those that are joined unto him, man. Okay, bro.
Oh, it says, A fire shall go forth from the wrath, and who is he that may quench it?
And that fire that's going to go forth is thermonuclear destruction through hypersonic missiles, supersonic missiles, ICBM nuclear missiles, laser beams from them chariots, man. Who going to quench it? No man. For this is of the Lord Yahweh, why Yahweh shot, man. This is our deliverance that's a part of the hope for the elect, and Esau, the 2/3 destruction, and the rest of the nations. So the Lord is coming with a dual nature, the dual reality of the Most High. The dual nature of the Most High, He's going to come with death and destruction. He's going to come with deliverance. The 3 Ds. Death and destruction and deliverance. Yeah, bro.
It says, the Lord shall threaten, and who shall not? It's like 2 Ezra 16:10. It says, he shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear?
He shall cast lightnings, who shall not fear? Them lightnings represents them nuclear missiles, man. Who should not fear? Who should not fear? The dreadful, terrible power of Yahweh while Yahweh shot. Who should not fear? You got something else?
It says, he shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid?
He shall thunder, storms and tempests, man. And who should not be afraid? Everything that's coming down the pipe is of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, man. And you're going to learn the power and the great power of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah and His dreadfulness. You're going to learn it. Hands-on experience. You're going to learn it. Yeah, bro.
Got 2 more verses. It says, the Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at His presence?
The Lord shall threaten, and who should not be utterly beaten to powder at His presence? Esau, the other nations, the 2/3 you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they have chose the side of Esau. They have taken the off of the microchip. They have taken that stab and jab. They have taken everything that Esau, the so-called white man, pushed out there, disregarding Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah in His word. Because we out there telling you week in and week out, putting up videos, do not take the off of the microchip. Don't take that stab and jab. Just watch and pray. But Jake is they're gone, man. Absolutely gone. Yeah, bro.
It says, the Lord shall threaten, who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at His presence. The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea arises up with the waves from the deep, and the waves of it is troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord and before the glory of His power.
Before the glory of His power. There's some chariots, when Yahweh shall crack them skies, spewing them laser beams, and at the same time you got the also the Most High's power is them thermonuclear missiles, man. Them hypersonic missiles, supersonic missiles. The earth is going to quake behind that. Linking up with Isaiah, the 24th chapter, the 19th verse on down. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. You see? Read, brother.
It says, for strong is the right hand that bendeth the bow.
For strong is the right hand of the Lord Yahweh that bendeth the bow. That bow is that nuclear saddle that contains that ICBM nuclear missile, that supersonic nuclear missile, that hypersonic nuclear missile. Read.
His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss.
The arrows represent them ICBM, hypersonic, and nuclear missiles, man. Supersonic nuclear missiles, man. And they're going to be laser guided and spiritually guided by Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, and they're not going to miss, man. Okay.
It says when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world.
When they begin to be shot in the ends of the world, from Russia, the Western Hemisphere, or the Northern Hemisphere, to the Western Hemisphere, and the Western Hemisphere to the Northern Hemisphere, because the Earth is going to roll to and fro. Because America's going to shoot missiles off too. They're going to get some shit off. That's why certain parts of Russia is going to be destroyed. Certain parts of China, Iran, Great Britain, France, Germany. But America is going to be utterly destroyed. The land of Israel, where them gutter rats dwell, which they call themselves Israelis, is going to be utterly destroyed. But the only thing about that land is going to be built back up by the first fruits of slaves, which are going to be the international bankers, man. Pursuant to Ezekiel the 39th chapter, the 14th verse. The Lord severed not continuing employment. Isaiah the 24th chapter, the 19th verse on down, when the Most High is going to punch the host of the powers that are on high. You can't get around these scriptures, man. Yeah, bro.
It says, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again.
The plagues are sent and shall not return again. Them plagues, pursuant to Zechariah, was it 14 and 12?
Yeah, Zechariah 14 and 12. And this shall be the plague, yep.
This is going to be the plague, man. We all know these scriptures, which we ain't got to get it. Isaiah the 14th chapter, the 12th verse, man. That's the plague, man. Ultimately, thermal nuclear destruction is going to destroy this kingdom, man, that Esau has set up. The so-called white man. Got more?
It says, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth.
The plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. You see, what's going to happen is once these missiles are shot off, you're not going to be able to call them back. They're not going to break their ranks. They're going to accomplish what the Most High set forth for them to accomplish. Because why? The Spirit of the Most High is going to be upon the missiles, man. And also they're going to be laser guided by Esau's technology, which is the Most High's technology they have given Esau. So ultimately, the Most High controlling the missiles front and center, man. And they're going to destroy its targets. And ultimately, America is going to be a big goddamn ball of fire, man. A lake of fire, if you will. And that's just the bottom line. So the future of America and the future of Israel, where them gutter rats dwell, and the future of certain parts of China, Russia, Great Britain, France, Germany, Iran, Pakistan, India, wherever they have nuclear missiles and they have the capability to bend the bow, guess what? Missiles are going to be shot back on them. And certain parts of their regions are going to be destroyed. And that's how it's going down. That's how the earth is going to roll to and fro like a drunkard. You got more? You got something? No, I got. So you want to close it up?
You can close it up, but you started closing.
So hey man, you know, the bottom line is America's going to be destroyed. Do concentrated fire from them chariots. America's going to be destroyed. Do thermal nuclear destruction. And a ball, man. I hope you devils have a software way, man, pursuant to Lamentations 4 and 21, man. Have a good time right now because guess what? Your kingdom is coming to an abrupt end. Have a good time. You should be out there splurging with all your money, splurging with all your money, taking lavish trips, do what you got to do because your end result is slavery. So with that, we're going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And we're going to say Shalom.
Shalom.